For a long time, I wanted to apply for an upgrade personal loan. And I was like, listen, if I'm going to do it, like the reason why I didn't do it all those years was because I did not want to apply for a small loan. Like I wanted to get a big loan. So I said to myself, if I'm applying for a personal loan at upgrade, it better be something big. So I said, you know what, this time I'm going to go for the maximum because upgrade, they actually have a maximum loan amount at $50,000. So basically, I said to myself, I'm not applying for a $2,000 loan or $1,000. No, I ain't applying for a small ass loan. I'm just applying for the real deal, right? And I said to myself, given my situation, I'm a business owner. I'm actually, I have so I wanted to test the system. So the one thing I love about Upgrade is that they basically have low fixed rate, they have affordable monthly payments, and they have no prepayment fees. The thing is that Upgrade they have actually switched recently to like becoming little by little a small bank. So they actually are offering now checking plus. And the thing is that if you want to increase your chances your chances of getting a loan from Upgrade, I realized that if you have an account with them, if you have a checking account with them, it really helps big time. I'm talking big time because I have actually met 3, 4, actually 5 people who actually confirmed this to me. And 2 of those were working for Upgrade. So, it's kind of crazy. Like, last week or no, 2 weeks ago, I was at happy hour and I spoke to this guy who got a loan from Upgrade, and he told from Upgrade, and he told me like, he had a checking account with them. So it's great. Like, so you want to have an account, a relationship, if you will, with Upgrade. Now, Upgrade is not like your regular bank. It's an online bank, and they're probably outsourcing that thing to a real bank. But hey, listen, you want to get the loan from Upgrade, make sure that you have a checking account. So one thing I realized after researching Upgrade is that this institution has a lot of pros and a few cons. So in terms of pros, the advantages, you have like multiple rate discounts, secured and joint loans. And they kind of have a great mobile app to manage loan payments too. And I would recommend that you use it. They have direct payments to creditors with debt consolidation loan, and they have long repayment terms on home improvement loans. And in terms of what I don't like, they do have an origination fee. That's how they make money anyway. And there is no option for you to choose your initial payment date. So it was kind of like it was a bummer for me because I like to control things, but hey, it's just me. The thing is that when you think about Upgrade, and I really spent some time and really understanding calling Upgrade, asking questions around me, and what I love when I was going into this process was that Upgrade, if you are trying to get a personal loan from Upgrade, be very clear about the kind of loan you want, because Upgrade allows you to refinance credit cards, allows you to get a loan for a debt consolidation, for home improvement, for a major purchase, or for yourself. Let's say you can say, I just need some cash for other stuff I can't divulge. That's fine too. They're not going to penalize you because you're not really saying what you are using the cash for. Just be sure that it is legit though. That's goes without saying, it has to be legit. But yeah, I mean, and the cool thing is that, we love the fact that, like, one thing I love personally is, I love those online lenders. They're giving you the cash without asking too many questions. Because, can you imagine, like, some lenders, you just, you want to apply for a small ass loan. Like, let's say you are applying for $5,000 loan and they're just asking you crazy, like, kilometric or mile long questions. And I'm like, I'm only asking for $5,000. I mean, what's up with this? I ain't got no time, what the F is happening here? So, but with Upgrade, you don't have that. Upgrade, you are able to check your rate. Like, you can see if you're pre-qualified for the loan. I love that a lot. And what will happen here is that they'll do a soft pull, so they'll pre-qualify you. You have to enter your social, though, but they're not going to do a hard pull on you. I mean, trust me, I did that. They did not do a hard pull on me. They did a soft pull, so you're able to choose your. So once they do the soft pull, they give you 2 or 3 or 4 loan offers. You choose one, and once you have that, you just you have a very fast funding. This is really good. And what you have to do here is just choose your monthly payments, the date, and everything. But it is what it is. So okay, so this is it's nothing complicated at all. It's very fast. But you have to be very clear about what you want. And the cool thing is you can also contact Upgrade at 844-319-3919. I guarantee you somebody will respond to you. You can even email them at support@upgrade.com. I tried everything and it worked fantastically. They got back to me real quick. They picked up the phone real quick. If you call like Monday through Friday during like from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific, and Saturday and Sunday from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific, you'll find someone to talk to. And I guarantee you that person will not have a robotic voice. Will be a real person who sounds like, my grandmother May or my grandfather Archie. The thing I realize is that if you are trying to really get a loan at Upgrade, you need to really be clear, because the Upgrade, the loan ranges from $1,000 to $50,000. You have to think about your ability to repay whatever loan you get from them. And this is what we love, is that their website, Upgrade's website, has tools that allow you to like plug in the money you're making now, and you can plug in the money you want to borrow and see how you are going, like how your monthly payments will come out to be. And what I love here is that, I love the fact that with Upgrade, you are able to apply for longer loans. So basically, they usually, on average, they want you to, like, the maturity they give you goes from 2 to 5 years. Even though I've seen from one good friend of mine got approved for 7 years on a very large loan, and large loan in the jargon of Upgrade is 50 grand. So that's why I wanted to target that one too, right? But generally it goes from 2 to 5 years. And during that time, one thing I was doing constantly, I was paying attention to my expenses. I was tracking my expenses like crazy. You'll think that I had a microscope or something. No. I was just like, listen, this time I'm doing this thing for real. I want to increase my chances. I want to boost my DTI and my CUR, and that, because see, Upgrade, they only ask for a 560 as FICO score. But don't let that fool you though, because if you have 560, the APR is kind of high. I mean, for APR, the APR goes from 8.49% to 35.99%. I mean, when you have a Navy Fed charging you a 14%, this Upgrade is charging you 35%, more than twice as much. So, and there is an origination fee that goes from 2% to 10%. So that's something that you have to account for. You have a late fee of $10. You have a failed payment fee of $10. So I'm like, you know what? I need to really plan more, because I don't want to be slapped with those fees. I mean, the fees I can't really avoid, but the late payment fee, like the origination fee, I can't avoid that. But I knew I could avoid the late fee and the failed payment fee. So this is kind of cool, because and the good thing is I was planning with my wife to move to another state, and I love the fact that Upgrade actually is available in all 50 states and Washington D.C. So there's no restriction really in terms of geolocation. One thing I have realized, after so many years analyzing this player, is that when it comes to Upgrade personal loans, again, don't forget what I told you about the $1,000 all the way to $50,000, right? That's a huge delta, a huge gap. And what I love about Upgrade is that if you get a loan, first of all, during the loan application process, they will communicate with you. They'll ask you questions, if you're happy, blah, 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 blah. But, I love the fact that with Upgrade, you can have a multiple rate discounts. So, you have more opportunities to lower your annual percentage rate. And this is kind of cool. You have auto pay discount. You have direct pay discount. You have rewards checking discount. So that's what I was just saying. If you open a checking account with Upgrade, they will lower your APR. Okay. And it's a huge reduction. Again, that's because Upgrade is trying to push their new products. You also have secured and joint loans available. You have a mobile app and credit assistance. You have a longer repayment term for some loans. So this is kind of especially for the larger loans. So I love that a lot. And what I don't like, and it's something that I've always said before, and I will always say this, and even in family reunion last year, I can still remember myself talking about the fact that Upgrade does charge an origination fee for their personal loans, and those fees are not little. I mean, you're talking 1.5 5% all the way to 10%. That's huge. That's like a money making machine. Upgrade. Stop that. That's just too much. But hey, listen, if you want a loan from them, it is what it is. And you also have no options to choose your payment date. They will impose that upon you. They'll let you know what they think you have to, where they think you have to make the payment by. So those are conditions you got to be cognizant of if you want to work with Upgrade. And one thing I also want to say here is that when it comes to Upgrade, their app is really good though. The mobile app is good, but just make sure you don't miss any payment. So you want to plan those payments in advance, and you want to make sure the money, like the account you want to plan the payments for, is well funded. That way you don't risk to have any NSF fees on both ends, like on Upgrade's ends, but also on your financial institution's end. So it requires some planning though. And one thing I was thinking about, you wouldn't believe it, but it was true. Like, I said to myself, I really, not only I want to qualify for an Upgrade personal loan, but I want to qualify for a big amount, and the maximum amount. Because I said to myself, as I said earlier, I'm not going to apply for a business loan just for the sake of applying for a business loan. If I'm applying for a business loan and risking my FICO score, it better be a good loan, like a big ass loan, right? And I wanted to have like I wanted to have like 50 grand. And so I realized after doing research is that Upgrade has pretty good conditions, really. Like, they want you to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident or living in the U.S. on a valid visa. But if you're on a valid visa, that's one thing I tested. I had a friend who was from Pakistan, and she told me that it's not that easy to qualify for a business loan. But hey, listen, it is what it is. You got to be at least 18 years old. You need to have a verifiable bank account. You need to be able to provide a valid email address. And you also so once you have that, that's fine, because you have they ask for a minimum 565 FICO score. That's 560. And they want you to have at least one account in your credit history, and minimum length of credit history 2 years, and your maximum debt to income ratio 75%, including the mortgage and the loan you're applying for. So this is kind of like, those conditions, in my view, are really decent. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing like outlandish that the Upgrade is asking you, right? They're just asking for some kind of decent information just to make sure that you are basically having some kind of income coming in. And in terms of income, speaking of income, so there's no minimum annual income, and Upgrade accepts income from a partner, alimony, retirement, child support, Social Security, and other sources, or just a regular job too. Okay, they'll take anything as long as it is legit. So this is really what I wanted to say. If it's legit, they'll work with you, not a problem. If it's not legit, then we have a problem. Okay, it's one of those things you have to constantly think about. I want to quickly go back to what I was telling you earlier when I said that I started applying for an Upgrade personal loan at least 6 months in advance. I didn't really do the actual application. I didn't start the actual application process until I was sure about all the things that I needed to take care of. It's one of those things you don't want to risk anything, because Upgrade is an online is a fintech. They're pretty good at identifying whatever is going on in your situation, and they're pretty good at actually approving or denying your application real fast too. So I said to myself, I'm going to do those things methodically. I'm going to check my credit score. I'm going to calculate my monthly payments. So I will use a personal loan calculator to determine what APR and repayment term I would get if I were approved. And then I made a plan to repay the loan. So see, I was anticipating the approval already, which I got anyway though. I got the approval, but I was anticipating all the things I had to put in place to actually make my life a lot easier. When I got the loan, and my wife was doing everything to make sure that we are on track in terms of revenue management at the household level. And with the Upgrade, they want you to gather your documents. So they want to have proof of income, which can be a W-2 or pay stubs, as well as proof of address and a social security number. And so this is really good. The thing is, if you have those documents handy, you can really speed up the process. Okay, and so if you want to apply for an Upgrade personal loan, just make sure you're pre-qualify on Upgrade's website. Okay, it's nothing complicated here. You pre-qualify. It takes about 2-3 minutes, and then as I was telling you earlier, what will happen here is that they will actually allow you to preview some loan offers. And so you'll get like multiple offers with different rates and terms. So you want to choose the offer that fits your budget. So once you do this, you will start a formal personal loan application. So what you want to do here is that those documents that I spoke to you about during the pre-qualification process, like pay stubs, whatever, you want to actually have them. So at that point, so once you actually tell Upgrade, I want this particular loan, they are free to do a hard pull, and they will do a hard pull. So just be ready to have a little ding in your credit score. But and then that plan that you worked on before to actually repay the loan, that's now the time to actually to implement that plan. And one thing I was really thinking I always think about in anything I do in life is this the right company? I always ask myself, is this the right company that I should be working with? Is this the right person I should be working with? Because in other words, is there anything better outside? Is there anything better there? So one thing I want to say here is that Upgrade is not the only player anyway in this space of online fintech that are doing like some personal loan work. You have Upstart also. You have Happy Money. And back in the days, Happy Money used to be called Payoff. I mean, back in the days, I'm talking like pre-COVID. So it used to be called Payoff. So now they're calling Happy Money. They love good names anyway. I love that name anyway. So the thing is, if you were to compare Upgrade to Upstart, you'll realize that they both are good in terms of giving you access to your credit data real fast. But the thing here is that Upgrade, maybe in our view, like, and again, I've looked at this deeply. Upgrade may be the better debt consolidation lender because Upstart doesn't offer direct payment to creditors, debt consolidation lender. So, those are things you can think about. Or if you were to compare and contrast, let's say Happy Money to Upgrade, the thing is that our Happy Money has tighter credit requirements, but it also offers lower rates than Upgrade. Right? Somebody has to give in. They have to lose somewhere to gain somewhere. So basically, the thing is that when you think about Happy Money actually focuses on debt consolidation and financial health. So Happy Money offers direct payments to creditors on debt consolidation loans. And Happy Money also provides members with unique psychology-based advice and insights into their cash flow. So, we love when, for me, anytime I listen to this lenders doing something for the community or something for customers, I love it. My team loves it, our company loves it, and we just like, can we do something better too? Can we improve ourselves? And this is a question we ask ourselves all the time, and so the thing is that when it comes to Upgrade, you got to ask yourself whether or not you want to remember, this player really covers the whole country, like all 50 states and DC. So there's actually nothing bad to say about the Upgrade, in my view, and the team in my team's view. Upgrade is a great loan that you should get if you want to get a personal loan. Just make sure you do not apply for many credit cards or loans for that matter at the same time, because otherwise that will just destroy your FICO score.